Welcome to the next Urban Ranch Living update. You start here by seeing the guys are taking down a wall that'll actually be between the formal dining room, which is in the near field here, and into what will become a butler's or a cleanup kitchen. Those bricks are all being salvaged and saved because we're going to put a restaurant-style door through there that'll then be rebuilt with those original bricks. Cleaned up, as usual with these guys, always appreciative of how clean it is. We're now seeing another large piece of steel being brought in from the south portion of the house. You can see they put an adhesive on there that then sits up to that 2x6 that's already been mounted in the floor above. To make sure everything's level, and that steel will be buried in the wall, so the support structures of that you'll actually never see upon the completed project. This is another view of that same beam going in. You'll see they'll hoist this into space. I'll show you that hoist here in just a minute. Again, making sure everything's level. Now this window that sits underneath that beam, that window will actually be covered up. It looks onto the neighbor's kind of backyard area and a parking lot, so we have no problems with that being covered. They'll therefore have a single pole, a post of steel that you can see they're installing there to support that beam. So this is a pulley system that was actually sitting a little bit further down earlier today, and they used that to hoist the beam downstairs up into place. They have this set up for tomorrow to bring a second cross-member beam right in through here. It'll sit actually underneath that 2x6 there. So you can see the guys here using the hoist again to lift a piece of steel in. That's going to be slid all the way down to the left, and we'll show you kind of another view of that piece of steel and the significance of where that is in just a second here. So we're on the inside of the large beam, and today they added 2 more pieces of steel across. That's a temporary support over there for right now. And those connect into this piece of steel that then is welded into the big large beam that was put in yesterday. So here's a look at that piece of steel from above on the second floor. You can see how that is. Here's an example of the welds. All of the welds are inspected by a third-party GeoTech with ultrasound to confirm that they are full thickness welds. I want to make sure we don't have any issues with any structural integrity down the road. You guys are seeing now the installation of arguably the largest piece of steel to come into the project. This is taking a lot of weight of the home. You can see just by the sheer size of this steel. It's not as tall as the one out back, but it's wider and it's longer. So you can see pretty significant lift here with our hoist and everybody on hand to make sure that this gets in and done safely. Once it's up into place there, then they're going to build the support while it's in place. You'll see with a I-beam bracing over that window with posts on either side of it. Again, that'll all be hidden in the finished wall, so you'll never see any of that support. Again, starting to get a better feel for the aspect of what we're trying to accomplish with this in removing the entire load-bearing wall of the home down the middle of it and placing all of that structure and all the support onto the exterior of the home, so the first floor will open up without any visible support posts. The next image you'll see here is just an example of how they were actually pushing that steel in from outside while the guys got it in. More pieces of steel coming in here. Again, these are basically replacing that center wall. You can see there's a lot of fabrication that takes place in the field. They put that beam up, need to be shaved down a little bit, and they do it properly. Safely, so nobody gets hurt throughout this entire process. A lot of welding then going on for all these pieces as they come in. I have a couple more, and you'll see this next one being hoisted up into place. The hoist was quite a clever contraption and utilized significantly throughout all of this installation of these large beams. You can see the wood on either side that's been added to those pieces, and that's where the floor joists then and the hangers will nail to. A lot more welding here. And then the last image here is of those posts supporting those pieces of steel.
So the two cross beams are now in. You can see this one is quite large. It's not as tall as the one in the back of the house, but it's certainly wider. You can see the other one there. They come over and you can start to see more grid work coming in here, and all this has now been fabricated to support the second floor. You can also see as we come into this portion here, this beam now comes over and is being supported by this post, which comes down and it's been concreted in, sitting on top of the basement foundation wall to hold up the second floor. There will be a door going between in this space here, that those bricks will be used to rebuild this wall, and a door passing through between the butler slash kitchen, or a cleanup kitchen, and the dining room, which will be in that space there. Once these get, the second floor then comes up, then we can start removing some of our temporary shoring in that here. You can see this beam now connects over to this guy. So, more to come. So we're up on the second floor, and we're going to kind of give you an idea of the intricate grid work of steel. So this is the back of the house. You can obviously see all the way down. That's the basement down there. And the big piece of steel is here. On the inside of that now, we have more. These then connect over to that cross beam, one of the two large ones from downstairs. But now you can really start to appreciate more of that grid work of steel to help support the flooring and allow us, which will be to put in an elevator, basically kind of in that space there, as well as the stairs to come up, and the stairs will be supported independent of everything else. But pretty neat seeing all that steel. You'll see we got 3 more pieces sitting over there. That's in the eventual laundry room, master bath. And those pieces are not going to stay there. Those will be going up into the ceiling structure here, which we're going to replicate to a degree this same setup up here. So hope this is all making sense. Hope you guys are enjoying it. More to come.
We hope you're enjoying viewing these videos as much as we are in the process of converting our beloved Urban Ranch into version 2.0. And it certainly seems like this guy is, and that's what's most important, that the entire B7 construction crew is working safely, but most importantly enjoying the work. Be on the lookout for our next update, and thanks again for watching.